the Gene Policini Center on the campus of the Rochester Institute of Technology, we welcome you to RIT SportsZone's coverage of Tiger hockey. Tonight, it is senior night for RIT as the class of 2020, led by Captain Adam Brubaker, plays its regular season finale against the Air Force Academy. Number 33 for the Falcons is goaltender Alex Schilling. The sophomore had 26 saves last night while recording his second career shutout, second this season. Good evening, I'm Kevin Roach, and welcome to RIT SportsZone Pre-Game Live. Well, the Tigers entered last night without starting goaltender Logan Drackett. The junior suffered an upper body injury in practice this week and did not dress for last night's game, as fellow junior Ian Andriano made his first start of the season. Andriano's first start since last February against Arizona State did not start well for Andriano or the Tigers off the opening faceoff. Dan Willett stripped behind the net by Luke Manning. Manning scores his fifth on the season just like that. Tigers in a 1-0 hold just 13 seconds into the game. Second period, Air Force trying to make it a 2-0 lead. The wraparound attempt is covered up by Andriano. Big stop there to keep it a one-goal game. Under 8 minutes to go. 4-on-4 hockey. Jake Hamaker, the drop pass to Adam Brubaker, the hero from a weekend ago, appears to score but hold everything. After an official review, RIT called for too many men on the ice, so no goal and a costly mistake for RIT. Under 2 to play, RIT with another chance to pull even. Darren Brady puts it off the post. Sean Cameron can't get it to go. Alex Schilling loses his stick in the process. Take a look from up above. Two good looks for RIT. Nothing to show for it, though. It was 1-0 after 2. Third period. Under 8 to play. Jake Hamaker, a breakaway opportunity. Going to be taken down here. Air Force called for interference, and Hamaker awarded a penalty shot. So a golden opportunity for the Tigers here. Hamaker scored last year against ASU on a penalty shot. This time against Alex Schilling. No goal for Hammy. It remained 1-0. Late in the game, Tigers pull Andriano for the extra attacker, but it's Air Force getting the empty netter. They'd add another empty netter, and the Falcons shut out RIT by a final of 3-0. As we look inside the numbers from last night, Alex Schilling gets the first shutout for Air Force. Gets the shutout, rather, for Air Force. He stopped all 26 shots he faced as the Falcons won for the 7th straight time in this building. Luke Manning snapped a 7-game goalless streak by scoring 13 seconds into the contest. As for special teams, both teams had 4 power play opportunities and were unable to cash in on any of those opportunities. So with the win last night, Air Force now controls its own destiny, while RIT can still move up to 3rd, but can finish no lower than 4th in the Atlantic Hockey standings. As we take a look, AIC is the regular season champion and the top seed in the playoffs. Sacred Heart is locked into 2nd place. They're done. They don't play tonight. Army hosts AIC tonight. They're just a point ahead of RIT. Air Force is now tied with Robert Morris with 41 points. The Falcons own tiebreakers over the Colonials and over Niagara. So if Air Force wins tonight, guess what? They'll be back here in 2 weeks to face the Tigers in the quarterfinals. Also, Canisius, Holy Cross, and Mercyhurst have locked themselves into first-round road playoff games next weekend as they assured to finish in the bottom 3 of the league. So what adjustments will the Tigers make tonight, and who will be starting in net? For those answers and much more, we welcome in John DiTullio, who's standing by live now with RIT head coach Wayne Wilson. Johnny?
All right, Kevin, thanks so much. And that is the first question, Wayne. Who will be in net for your club tonight?
Ian will be back in net here tonight. I thought he had a good night last night. I thought we played really well defensively as well. But so we decided to go back with Ian again here tonight.
And Logan should be ready to go in 2 weeks.
We've got lots of time for him to get back, and he's real close. But we're not going to take any chances at this point.
When you look back at last night, what stands out? I mean, slow start, but there's some positives to take away from last night?
Yeah, I thought just in particular our defense, how we defended. We gave up very few grade A opportunities. Our penalty kill was real good. I think everything in the defensive standpoint was real strong. Offensively, I didn't think we worked nearly hard enough to score goals. Our power play wasn't good, which is a part of that. We got better as the game went on, but way too slow of a start for us to, if we want to win third spot here, we've got to attack it and not, it's got to mean something to us, and I didn't think it did last night.
Your power play had been red hot. What do you think? What was the reason last night, do you think, why it struggled?
Well, I think we just didn't work hard enough. We didn't, right from the face-off dot, we didn't win face-offs. Any scrums, we didn't win the scrums get the puck set up, and hence we were trying to break it out the whole time. So we just didn't work hard enough in the offensive part of our game last night, but I thought we were real good defensively.
When you look at tonight, there's still lots to play for. You can still end up at the 3rd seed by the end of the night. What do you want to see from your club against Air Force?
Well, we made a point that we want to win 3rd place, and that's not an easy thing to sell, because I think as a player you're thinking about championships or even a bye. They seem more meaningful, but we want to be as high as we possibly can, and it's 3rd spot, so that's why we want to play for 3rd spot and not we've got to buy and just kind of play the game here. We want to finish off the season on a strong note and win tonight.
You will play in 2 weeks, but finally, this senior class and what it's meant to you in this program.
Well, it's been a big part, particularly the defensemen. When you've got 4 defensemen back there, and that's a nucleus of when you're dressing 6 or 7 now that we're able to dress. So we've seen great growth out of them, and then our 3 forwards, I think Kruper and Peacock are playing some of their best hockey they ever have. Sean's leading our team in goals and points, so I think they've all had a very big impact for us, and they're all going to be very successful in their careers that they chose here. 2 of them are going to be getting their masters as well, and Brubaker and Peacock getting their masters, so I'm really proud of what they've become, not only as hockey players, but more importantly as people and as students.
Well said. That is head coach Wayne Wilson. Best of luck tonight. The Tigers taking on the Falcons. For a preview of Air Force, let's send it over to my broadcasting partner, Gene Battaglia. Gino?
All right, thanks, John. Here with head coach Frank Serratori of Air Force. A 3-0 win last night. Fair to say that's a pretty good blueprint for your team on how to win games moving forward as we get to the postseason?
Well, we don't score a lot of goals, so it was huge to get the lead. We got the lead quickly last night. We were able to hang on to that. We were fortunate that they had a bad line change on the goal that they scored, so we got that disallowed. I mean, these games are all tight. We've won 2-1, 2-1, and basically last night 1-0. In the last 3 games we've won. So, we've got to be good defensively because we just don't score a lot of goals.
Tell us about that. Who spotted that upstairs? Because not every team would have a coaching staff that would spot that line change and challenge it.
Our director of ops, Ben Kinney, called that down, and Jock, he's in constant contact with Jock Lamoureux, and they called down right away and said they had too many men. He said very frank about it. Yeah.
Your goaltender, Air Force, you had a great lineage of goaltenders over the years. Schilling, how much confidence does your team have in him right now?
Well, I can tell you how much confidence I had when the penalty got called last night, and they chose to take the penalty shot. I thought that was good for us. That's how good Shills has been on breakaways. Knock on wood. I was much rather, because the team has a choice. You can take the penalty or take the penalty shot. They chose to take the penalty shot, and I think that was a good scenario. Obviously, ended up being a good scenario for us.
You got a lot riding here tonight. You got an opportunity to get that first round bye. How big is that? And would you prefer to pick your poison? Because you could end up back here in 2 weeks, Coach.
The whole thing is you play to win. And I think tonight, to the listeners, people watching, both teams have got something to play for tonight. So you're watching the last game of the season, and not always is there something going on. Is there something for both teams to play for? Tonight, Army's playing AIC. AIC's got the league locked up. The question is, how interested is AIC going to be in that game? Well, I can tell you, there's a lot of interest in both teams. Both these teams are very interested in winning this game. So I'm expecting another barn burner.
You're so comfortable here in Rochester. You really should consider us as a retirement community here, Coach.
Oh, I have. I got my Wegmans card. I'm set. That's all. I'll be back here in a couple of years, folks.
Frank Serratori, head coach of Air Forces. Kevin, we send it back to you.
Oh, we can't wait to have you. Penfield, I heard, is a nice place to live on the east side. Come join me. We'd love to have you, Coach. Thanks so much, guys. We'll check back soon. Well, still to come on the program, it was senior day for the RIT women's hockey team as they hosted Lindenwood. We'll show you how they fared in their regular season finale. Plus, it's the final game for 7 members of the men's hockey program here tonight. We'll discuss what's hanging over this group's head as their time at RIT winds down. But first, number 5 for RIT is Dan Willett. The junior defenseman from Glen Cove, New York, has 15 assists on the year, but is still looking for goal number 1. Willett will join the program live next as our coverage of Tiger hockey continues live from the Gene Policini Center. It's Air Force and RIT at 7:05. This is RIT Sports Zone. Pregame live. Back here on Pregame Live from the Gene Policini Center at RIT, where it's final free ticket Saturday of the season for students, as over 500 were distributed as of this morning, thanks to Dr. Jim Waters and RIT's Division of Finance and Administration. At Atlantic Hockey tonight, there are 4 other games we'll be keeping an eye on for you throughout the evening. AIC at Army, as Frank Serratori mentioned. Canisius goes for the sweep of Mercyhurst, as does Bentley at Holy Cross. And Niagara, coming off a 5-0 win over Robert Morris last night, is still hoping for the first round bye. They need a win and an Air Force loss here to finish 5th. In the net for RIT tonight will once again be number 1, Ian Andriano. Andriano made 21 saves last night in his first start since February 1st of last season. Andriano has made 4 appearances in net this season, having allowed 6 goals. His goals against average is now 3.11. For Air Force, it will be number 33, Alex Schilling. The guy Air Force head coach Frank Serratori called his team's MVP. The Medina, Minnesota native, unbeaten in his last 3 starts, having allowed only 2 goals during that span. It's always a grinded out defensive type of game when these two teams meet, and last night was no different. With more on that, our Kim Coffey standing by with RIT defenseman Dan Willey. Kim?
Thanks, Kevin. Dan, the Falcons kind of came in here and forced their style of game on you guys last night, limiting your shots on goal. What do you have to do tonight to make sure you come out and really control the game early?
Yeah, we want to replicate the way we played in the third period yesterday. We thought we really took control. We got pucks in deep and used our speed. So we want to just do that for a full 60 minutes and do it right from the puck drop tonight.
Air Force has a pretty good record in this building. What is it about their style of play that has you guys always playing a physical, tough game?
Yeah, we know what we're going to get from them. They come at you with everything they have, and they're really physical, so it's just we need to compete a little bit harder than we have in the past, and we're pretty ready tonight, so we're excited.
With it being senior night tonight, are you guys, feeling like you really got to get the win for the seniors tonight and make sure they win in the last game of the regular season here at home?
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're just such a special group, and they're such a big part of our success this year. Their leadership and everything that they do on and off the ice has been unbelievable for us. So we're really excited and determined to try and get a win for them in their last game, regular season game here. So,
Dan, thanks so much, and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Kevin?
All right, Kim, thank you so much. Well, Adam Brubaker, Brody Villette, Ryan Kruper, Sean Cameron, Darren Brady, Chris McKay, and Jordan Peacock make up RIT's class of 2020. It's a group that has delivered so many memorable moments over the last 4 years. But it's also a group that's hoping to avoid being on the wrong side of RIT hockey history when their careers officially come to a close. The rink, the coaching staff, the fans. All things that had this group of seniors hooked on RIT at first sight.
Flying down to come visit, I fell in love, and as soon as I came back, I told my parents this is the place I want to go. I love the culture, the guys that I met, and the coaches and the facility. Everything was right. So looking back, it's been an incredible 4 years, and I wouldn't trade it for anything.
It was my last year of juniors. I came to visit here first. As soon as I saw this building, as soon as I saw one game, saw how the fans, how professional everything is, I was thrilled. I was excited. My dream would come true.
RIT's long and storied tradition was a draw, too. In fact, since 1980, every 4-year player has won at least one regular season or tournament title, except this group. And their time is running out.
It's like we've talked about it definitely as a group, and we've talked about it as a team before, but I think for us to have a chance at winning a championship, I don't think that's what it can be about. The 7 of us, we all know that that's there as a thing, but I don't think that's necessarily going to be weighing on our heads going into the playoffs. I think it's just this is a whole new team, whole new year, and I think we have a really good chance of getting a playoff win this year, so I think trying to keep that out of our minds might be better, I think, rather than having it weigh in on us.
The Tigers have been rolling since late January. Ironically, the same time the 2010 Frozen Four team was back in town.
Home run pass! Ooh. Going in, Walker! Scores! Scores! The Tigers have taken the lead! What a pass!
It's a turning point that has many wondering if some of that 2010 magic may have rubbed off.
That comeback is something that we'll remember forever, seeing those guys come out of the Zamboni door and on the ice, and greeting the fans again, and it's something special. And obviously, I think a switch kind of flicked when we saw that victory and that comeback, and I think we've carried that through for the rest of the stretch here.
But whether they win Atlantic hockey or not, this group hopes to be remembered fondly.
I think we just want to be remembered as a team that's not going to give up. We're we're going to give it our all. Sometimes bounces might not go your way, but in the end, we're never going to look back and say that we didn't give it our all.
Yeah, this group with the bye will need just 4 victories in the playoffs come March to be champions. We'll see if they can get it done and continue the RIT winning tradition in that streak. Meanwhile, the RIT women's hockey team wrapped up the regular season on home ice, looking to complete a sweep of Lindenwood this afternoon. The class of 2020 honored before the game Tara Lantain, Taylor Baker, Logan Land, Madison Ferrand, and Jade Mancini. All seniors honored for their contributions. First period, just 1:48 into the game, and the Lions strike Courtney Gangsky. Scores 1-0 Lindenwood, but it didn't last. In fact, just 45 seconds later, Jordan Marchese in the right place, right time, puts in the rebound, her 6th on the year. 2 goals in the first 2:33 of the game, but that was it. The remaining 57 minutes of regulation and then the 5-minute overtime, no goals. So this one ends in a 1-1 tie. So now that the regular season is wrapped up, the RIT women's hockey team will turn its attention to the playoffs next week. The Tigers will face 4th-seeded Penn State in the first round of the College Hockey America playoffs at the Harbor Center on Thursday at 6 o'clock. Tigers and Nittany Lions split their 4-game season series this year. Should be a good one. Go Tigers. Well, still to come here tonight, RIT will pay tribute to the class of 2020. We'll carry the on-ice senior ceremonies live. Plus, John and Gene will rejoin us to break down what the Tigers need to do to beat Air Force in this building for the first time in 8 tries. That's all straight ahead on your home of Tiger hockey. This is RIT Sports Zone, pregame live.
It's still an important game for the reasons we just mentioned, Gino. If they sweep, I mean, RIT is going to be the number 3 seed. That's a fact.
Turnover and a goal.
Boy.
Just 13 seconds into this game, the takeaway. And that is number 19, Luke Manning, with his 5th of the year, beating Ian Andriano.
I don't think Ian Andriano was even set. I think he completely caught the Tigers. They give another turnover. We saw this a couple weeks ago. Giveaways in their own end. And Ian Andriano thought maybe he had it. He was in good position. I don't know if he was ever set. Gino never saw it.
Dan Willett didn't know he was getting pressured from behind.
Absolutely.
So as ahead, Hammaker, can he split the defense? Hammaker gets right through. Penalty coming up. Penalty and interference is going to be the call. Hammaker against Schilling. Fans are on their feet here at the Policini. Jake Hammaker taking it left, the junior going in. Hammaker. Skates it.
Boy, he got too much.
Drew Baker trying to get to it. Tigers trying to keep this a 2-0 margin. As Miragis fires and scores. That was easy pickings there for the defenseman, his 3rd of the season. And you would figure that would be our final margin here tonight with 16 seconds remaining, 3-0.
And that is how Air Force captured its 7th straight victory in this building last night following a goal in the first 13 seconds of the game. 2 empty netters in the final minutes. If you'd like to see highlights from any of our broadcasts this season, you can do so by visiting RITathletics.com as we welcome you back inside the Gene Policini Center where you're watching RIT Sports Zone pregame live, presented by Taylor the Builders. Well, if you didn't see last night's game and only saw the final score, you might think it was a lopsided affair, but the 2 empty netters late padded that lead, a tightly contested 1-goal game throughout. As we welcome in John and Gene. And guys, the Tigers had their chances. The too many men on the ice negated a goal by Adam Brubaker. Hammaker misses the penalty shot, as we just saw. And the Tigers, they put a few off the post as well.
Yeah, Kevin, it wasn't their night, but as Wayne Wilson said, he told Kim Coffin, they were kind of stuck in the mud in the first. He needed to get a better start here tonight, John.
Absolutely. Wayne, really disappointed Wayne with no energy in that first period. And then they fall behind, and then he had to have his team go out there and try to win the 3rd and then hopefully get the equalizer. And he goes, you know what? Give Air Force credit. They played very, very well. They played hard last night, harder than his team.
Yeah, this is not an Air Force team that scores goals, okay? They really don't. They have 2 good lines. Trevor Stone, one of the seniors, this will be his last regular season game. He is the left wing on that line where Manning scored the first goal last night.
That line last night, they're just grinders. They work hard, good puck handlers. They don't score a whole lot. And you look at what he's been able to do this year, just 3 goals, 11 assists. But that is a quality line of Manning, Harper, and senior Trevor Stone. Grinder, good puck handler. Wayne is well aware what these guys can do with the puck, but really great two-way players. That's been Air Force's MO for many, many years.
Well, we've got the senior night ceremonies coming up here shortly, and the hallmark of a good senior is like, what are we going to do when you're gone? And for these senior defensemen, John, led by Adam Brubaker, there's going to be a hole there. Adam Brubaker, 22 assists on the season leading the team.
Now it's just gone over 100 points for his career. When you look at some of the numbers that he has compiled, it's just amazing what he's been able to do. He's now 11th from the all-time scoring list in Division I for the Tigers, as he's gone over 100 points. You look at what he's been able to do this season, and he never misses games. He is the Brett Favre of RIT, 147 appearances. The kid is never hurt. He's a grinder, and he's probably got the hardest shot on the team. Watch on the power play, number 2 is just outstanding.
So, John, third place would sound really, really nice tonight. Yeah. We need a little help there from Army, but what needs to happen?
Well, it is leap year this year, so we have a leap year theme. Leaps and bounds, better effort last night. Got to be a better effort tonight. Leaps and bounds, what we saw in the first 20 minutes. You know what? Leap year happens every 4 years. Air Force is looking for their 4th consecutive sweep in this building. If they do so, it'll fall on the shoulders of Alex Schilling, who was great last night with 24 saves. You know what? Don't skip a day. Leap year may do that, but don't skip a day. Let me tell you something, Gino. Don't start looking ahead to try to be the 3 or trying to be the 4. Just play a full 60 minutes tonight.
I love your writing here, John.
Well, I can't take all the credit. It was a compilation of myself, Nate the Skate Rowan, and Kimmy Coffey. Yeah. Everybody contributed.
Everybody,
it's John, team effort here.
John has his riders, Kevin, as we send it back to you. Looking forward to the 7:05 puck drop.
I got to get some of those riders. He's got everything up there. Thank you, guys.
A few things we could use, but we'll have a discussion after the season.
Make your list.
All right, you got it.
Thank you, guys. We'll see you soon. Well, still to come on Pregame Live, the class of 2020 will take the ice to be recognized for their contributions to the RIT hockey program. We'll honor those 7 seniors next. This is RIT Sports Zone Pregame Live. Oh, great job by the SportsZone photo department capturing those images of the RIT men's and women's hockey seniors. The class of 2020 featured on posters and trading cards being handed out at the game here tonight. Well, the Air Force Academy has been introduced here to the crowd at the Policini Center. Now it's time to honor this year's senior class of Adam Brubaker, Brody Villette, Ryan Kruper, Sean Cameron, Darren Brady, Chris McKay, and Jordan Peacock. Let's send it down to public address announcer Rocky Parada for the 2020 senior ceremony.
Andy Berg, Joe Doyle, and Captain Jacques Lemeroux. Ladies and gentlemen, the Air Force Academy Falcons. And now, ladies and gentlemen, before tonight's game, we invite you to join us as we honor the 7 members of the RIT class of 2020 playing their final season in a Tiger uniform. As they make their final regular season appearance in front of the Policini Center crowd this evening, we'd like to thank them for all they have meant to the program over the last 4 years and wish them well in their future endeavors. Our first honoree has played in every single game since pulling on an RIT sweater and making his 148th consecutive appearance this evening, 3 shy of 3rd place in program history. He also ranks 11th on the all-time scoring list with 104 points, ranks 5th with 78 career assists. Tabbed the 2017 Atlantic Hockey Rookie of the Year, he was also named an Atlantic Hockey 3rd Team All-Star last year while receiving the team's Green B. Williams and Tim Kordick Awards. The 3-time Atlantic Hockey All-Academic Team honoree also landed All-American Scholar honors from the American Hockey Coaches Association the last 3 years. He's on pace to graduate with a Master's of Business Administration this spring. The son of Ellie and Eric Brubaker, a senior defenseman from Elmira, Ontario, number 2, Captain Adam Brubaker. Our next honoree has played in 92 games during his time in Rochester, totaling 15 points on 4 goals and 11 assists. He scored a goal in the Tigers' 3-2 overtime victory opposite nationally ranked Bowling Green earlier this year. A 3-time Atlantic Hockey All-Academic Team honoree, he also landed All-American Scholar honors from the American Hockey Coaches Association last season for maintaining a better than 3.6 grade point average. He is set to graduate this May with a degree in finance and a minor in MIS. The son of Deborah Sorensen and Rick Vallette, a senior defenseman from Calgary, Alberta, number 4, Brody Vallette. This senior has made 113 appearances in orange and black, totaling 33 points on 15 goals and 18 assists. This season, he's totaled 4 points on 2 goals and 2 assists in 25 games, including a goal in the Tigers' big 5-4 comeback victory over Canisius last month. A 2-time Atlantic Hockey All-Academic Team honoree, he was also tabbed as an American Hockey Coaches Association All-American Scholar last season for maintaining a better than 3.6 grade point average. He is set to graduate this May with a degree in accounting, the son of Lorraine and Brad Kruper, a senior forward from Sherwood Park, Alberta, number 12, Ryan Kruper. Over the last 4 seasons, our next honoree has totaled a team-high 34 goals, ranks 4th with 35 assists, and is 2nd with 69 points. He is also 2nd on the squad, making his 140th career appearance this evening. This season, he leads the Tigers with 17 goals, as well as 27 points that are both career highs while playing every single game. He tied a career high with 3 points on 2 goals and an assist in RIT's 4-1 victory at Robert Morris earlier this month. He also notched a pair of power play tallies in the season-opening 3-1 win at Colgate. A 3-time Atlantic Hockey All-Academic Team honoree, he is also a 2-time American Hockey Coaches Association All-American Scholar. He is on track to graduate this spring with a degree in finance. The son of Francine Murray and Jean Cameron, a senior forward from Sherbrooke, Quebec, number 15, assistant captain Jean Cameron. Our next senior is playing in his 135th game in an RIT sweater this evening, which ranks 3rd among his classmates. He has totaled 37 points over his 4 seasons, including 10 goals and 27 assists while playing the Tiger Blue Line. Playing in every game this season, he's totaled 12 points on 3 goals and 9 assists, including tallies in back-to-back games at Holy Cross earlier this month. A 3-time Atlantic Hockey All-Academic Team honoree, he is also a 2-time American Hockey Coaches Association All-American Scholar and is on track to graduate this coming May with a degree in finance. The son of Sandra Reichert and Matt Brady, a senior defenseman from Lake Orion, Michigan, number 23, Captain Darren Brady. This next honoree is playing in his 123rd career game in an RIT sweater this evening. He has notched 27 points during his time as a Tiger, 4 goals and 23 assists while manning the blue line. He has totaled 10 points on 2 goals and 8 assists this season, including a goal versus nationally ranked UMass Lowell last month. Named to an Atlantic Hockey All-Academic team last year, he is on pace to graduate this coming spring with a degree in finance. The son of Trish Ann Murray McKay, a senior defenseman from Edmonton, Alberta, number 24, assistant captain Chris McKay. Now our final honoree is about to hit the ice for the 103rd time over the last 4 years and has compiled 31 points on 15 goals and 16 assists during his career as a Tiger. Appearing in his 21st game of the season this evening, he owns 5 points on a goal and 4 assists, including a goal during the Tigers' 3-3 tie at Robert Morris 2 weeks ago. A 3-time Atlantic Hockey All-Academic Team honoree, he is also a 2-time American Hockey Coaches Association All-American Scholar for maintaining better than a 3.6 grade point average. He is on track to graduate with a Master's of Business Administration degree. The son of Judy and Cameron Peacock, a senior forward from Burlington, Ontario, number 25, Jordan Peacock. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have one more round of applause for our 7 seniors, the class of 2020.
Always a special night for the seniors, their families, teammates, and of course the fans here at RIT. Congratulations to all 7 who have represented this program so well. That'll do it for RIT SportsZone Pregame Live. When we come back, we'll drop the puck on the regular season finale between RIT and Air Force. John and Gene will have the call for you next. This is RIT SportsZone Live.